When mentioning the two words, politics, more than 90% of the global community only thinks that it is only related to the work in a government apparatus. This way of thinking is a huge mistake of people, because politics is a synthetic artistic value, and is always suitable for all aspects of life or a career. Politics is likened to an image representing two issues, which are the treatment and management of a person towards things or events related to their life. Or you can understand it in another way: politics is a transformation from normal actions or thoughts into a profound artistic action. I give examples of issues that in your life always require the presence of politics, including in the matter of marriage. If you and your spouse do not resolve all conflicts or disagreements in personality and viewpoints with intelligent measures and profound tact, then surely one day not far away, your marriage will soon end in divorce. Those intelligent measures and profound tact are called political art. Or in the story of raising children, if you always use your parenting methods with your own emotional ways, you always force your children to do what you want even if they do not like it, without caring whether what you do is right or wrong. You do not take the time to understand everything about your children, to find solutions and build a parenting roadmap with intelligence and profound tact. Then your children's future will certainly encounter more failures than successes. That deep and clever manipulation is called political art. Or in a friendship, suppose you are acquainted with a friend, and this friend often does illegal work in their business career. They often invite you to cooperate in business, on the path of breaking the law with them. You see that it will not bring you a good result, and you want to refuse to join them because you understand the price to pay for illegal acts. In this case, if you refuse them by following your feelings, or refuse them directly in the usual way, without deep and clever intelligence, you may make them hate you and even you inadvertently bring yourself an enemy in the future. That deep and clever refusal is called political art, and so on. Or even if you build everything related to yourself, such as personality, behavioral culture, way of contact, way of walking, way of greeting others, etc., then you always need the presence of politics, if you want yourself to achieve high values, in building a personal brand. In a more concise way, the artistic value of politics, compared to normal actions, is at the point of creating a transformation from a normal action into an artistic action. The artistic value in politics means that, instead of you wanting to scold others directly, which will make others hate you, instead you use another way of speaking in a smart way, making them still feel like you are scolding them but they do not hate you. To summarize the name of politics in your life and career, it will be specifically as follows. In the family, it is called family politics. In friendships, it is called diplomatic politics. In work, it is called professional politics. In marriage, it is called emotional politics. In business, it is called corporate politics. In partnerships, it is called cooperative politics. In competition, it is called rival politics. In raising children, it is called training politics. And so on. All issues related to the interests of your life or career, you always need the presence of politics. Just in yourself always have the two words, politics, before you want to do something. It will bring you a success at a higher level. So, what role does politics play in your business career? Please refer to some of the following content. In business, you always have thousands of problems from small to large, which you need to build and handle every day. As an entrepreneur or a CEO working for a business, your responsibility is very heavy. You are not only the person who ensures the development of the business, but you also always need to pay attention to every detail to protect the image value of the business. If you do not have deep intelligence and ingenuity in business management, the existence of the business is only calculated by the seconds of a clock. When it comes to business management, you need to reach a high level of professional knowledge, creative skills in working methods, problem solving, behavior, etc. Regarding professional knowledge, it is the source of knowledge that you have been trained in at universities in the field of business administration. With basic knowledge, you need to note that it only accounts for 15% of your career path. 15% of this source of knowledge is considered a pair of shoes to help you protect your feet, but it does not have the ability to help your feet walk by themselves, and it also does not have the ability to create a path for you. This means that, if you yourself do not lift your feet to walk, and actively choose a path or pave your own path, then you will make the shoes unable to change their position, unless you take the shoes off your feet. Regarding the conditions to have basic knowledge, not every entrepreneur has the conditions to attend university. In this case, you only need to attend basic courses from open courses, such as business administration, accounting, business tax law, etc. And you should note, you should not study in depth, but only stop at the level of understanding the basics to serve the future business administration. In the current business administration community, it can be divided into two groups, including the traditional management group and the creative management group. The traditional management group is the group of people who use the basic knowledge source from the university, with a rate of over 50% or even 100%. The creative management group is the group of people who use the basic knowledge source from the university, with a rate of less than 15%, and 85% is their own knowledge source. In reality, the traditional business administration group often makes it very difficult for businesses to develop, but the risk rate is lower. However, when you have accepted to enter the business path, but you cannot lead your career to new heights, then you will not be worthy of the value of a good entrepreneur or administrator. To achieve great achievements in business, you can only be a manager who always aims for creativity. The path of creative management will bring you many risks, possibly reaching the level of risk of lose or gain. But no matter what results come to you, you always deserve to be called a true entrepreneur. Currently, the story of becoming a good manager is a matter of nature, like a race for every entrepreneur or CEO working for hire in businesses. For the most part, this race is often carried out in two different ways. For entrepreneurs, they often participate in learning from many open courses related to business administration. For CEOs working for hire in businesses, they often combine learning from open courses with applying the formula of regularly changing the workplace. The fact that you push yourself to always learn is a very good thing for you. However, your desire to learn will not always bring you positive benefits, but can also make you fall behind your competitors. Because, studying incorrectly, choosing a course that is not of good quality, and applying the knowledge learned incorrectly, or you often change your workplace to accumulate experience, will make you stand still. So, what are the negative consequences that will happen to you? 1. For an entrepreneur, it can cause you to fall into a state of distraction, a phenomenon of cognitive degeneration, and easily cause you to have behaviors that disrupt your career. 2. For CEOs who work for hire, the fact that they often change their workplace will cause businesses to have negative assessments of their working capacity. More precisely, that assessment is because their working capacity is not up to standard, so they are not retained by businesses and are fired in a respectful manner. As a result, these CEOs become a tool that businesses use, and are used mainly for the purpose of creating a media image for the business, thanks to the university degrees that the CEOs possess, but in fact, they are not respected by businesses for their working capacity. This negative assessment will, over time, become a commercial product, in the style of businesses only hiring university degrees, not hiring people to work. The price these CEOs have to pay is to destroy their own value, and always be completely controlled by the business, without having the opportunity to demonstrate their own abilities, even when the CEO really has a lot of management experience. To solve these problems in the management area, I suggest an optimal solution for entrepreneurs and CEOs. That solution is to attach to themselves the two words, politics. And more specifically, it is the skill of corporate politics. Management skills are like a general on the battlefield. Therefore, To become a good manager, you need to have comprehensive creativity, the ability to change tactics, the ability to be flexible in dealing with unusual changes, and be ready to break all management principles. Then you can bring the business smooth development and long-term survival. What the world always affirms is that basic knowledge is a dead source of knowledge and creative knowledge is always the pinnacle of intelligence. As a manager in a business or a general on the battlefield, the talent you have is thanks to yourself, not any teacher who can teach you to become a good manager. To have good creativity, you need a strong impact on your own thinking, helping you produce concentrated energy to create new formulas, new ways of doing things in your own work. So, what is the meaning of politics as a tool of influence, helping you develop your management ability? Specifically, the influence of politics in the business field, including 1. The issue of how to behave with human resources. Human resources are the top priority for a business administrator. Because human resources account for 80% of the decision to survive a business, the remaining 20% is financial resources. I assume that in a business, there is a very talented person. But this employee often has corrupt behaviors of the business's budget. They often collude with competitors of the business to sell confidential documents about the business strategy, business plan, or sell the customer source of the business to competitors and gain illegal profits from doing so. In this case, there will be two different types of handling from the two management groups. The first group of managers is the group of businessmen or CEOs with normal management capacity. They will usually handle this employee by firing them. The second group of managers is the group of businessmen or CEOs with political management capacity. They will choose to temporarily convert this employee into an active partner in their own business. That is, they will pay the monthly salary as before and accept to pay an additional high commission, based on the work results that the employee completes, but with some conditions to prevent corruption and selling secrets to competitors. Next, they will actively place another employee, with high trust, to follow this employee closely. This following is to serve the purpose of taking all the talents that the other employee has, and waiting for the right opportunity to let the other employee see that they are no longer valuable and send a warning to obediently work honestly or be fired, etc. 2. The problem of competitors. Competitors are a problem that any business has to face every day and throughout the development of their career. If a manager is not capable enough to come up with optimal countermeasures, he or she may be knocked out of the market by the competitor. I will give an example in the case of a war within the framework of market competition. In this case, there will be two different types of handling from the two management groups. The first management group is the group of entrepreneurs or CEOs with normal management capacity. Then they will closely follow all market strategies or promotional campaigns of competitors, and they often come up with life and death competitive measures with competitors. In the end, both will end up with losses or even bankruptcy. The second group of managers is the group of businessmen or CEOs who have the ability to manage with political art. Then they will observe the general situation of the competitive nature in their field. They list how many colleagues are rushing into this common competition, carefully analyze the benefits and harms if they jump into that competition, analyze the potential of all competitors. Next, they choose to reduce the scale of operations to preserve the internal strength of the business, or they choose to convert the competitor into a partner so that they can invest in the competitor and seek benefits through the investment, instead of hurting themselves and creating more enemies for their career. Etc. 3. The problem of financial lending partners. Financial lending partners are an important link in providing financial resources for the needs of expanding a business. I will give an example of the case where the financial partner wants to recover all loans while the business has exhausted its cash flow to pay. In this case, there will be two different ways of handling from two management groups. The first management group is the group of entrepreneurs or CEOs with normal management capacity. They often handle it by making empty promises or even ignoring the debt collection actions from the partner. The second management group is the group of businessmen or CEOs who have the ability to manage by political art. They will choose measures to sell off assets to create financial resources and pay off part of the debt to their partners, or convert bad debts from their customers into shares with the aim of creating new assets from the converted shares, and use those assets as evidence of the difficulties, to ask the lending partner to apply preferential treatment to extend the debt repayment period. Or they suggest to the lending partner that they can convert the debt into shares in their business. And with the group of managers by political art, they often proactively set up a simulation case before this problem occurs, so they are always ready to prepare all the tools to deal with it in advance, etc. 4. Problems with investment partners. Investment partners are a tool that businesses always prioritize before choosing to borrow capital from financial lending partners. For example, in the case where a business is continuously losing money, the stock price is falling sharply, and a group of shareholders wants to sell off the shares they are holding to preserve their capital. So at this time, what should the business's managers do to retain shareholders and minimize the situation of selling off shares? In this case, there will be two different ways of handling the situation from the two management groups. The first management group is a group of businessmen or CEOs with normal management capacity. They often use their own money to buy back shares, or use actions to manipulate stock prices, or use exaggerated statements about the future profit potential of the business. All of that is to create a sense of trust and acceptance for shareholders to stay with the business instead of selling off. The second group of managers is the group of businessmen or CEOs who have the ability to manage with political art. They will use the measure of continuing to expand the business ecosystem to other areas with high feasibility in terms of business profits as a reason to explain the problem of continuous losses. Or even they use their own money to compensate for the lost profits of shareholders in the past, instead of using this cash flow to buy more shares for the purpose of saving the stock price, etc. 5. Problems with partners buying goods of the business. Partners buying goods are a core group of customers who help businesses increase the output of goods consumption. For example, in the group of partners who purchase goods from a business that is a long-term strategic partner, but suddenly one day they owe money to buy goods, they often pay the debt to buy goods in a sluggish manner, while their sales situation is very good. In this case, there will be two different ways of handling from the two management groups. The first management group is the group of businessmen or CEOs with normal management capacity. They will often use measures such as increasing debt collection pressure on partners, or requesting the law to carry out bankruptcy procedures for partners, or even suing partners. This way of handling will make the business have a bad reputation, easily causing partners to have the intention to run away from debt, or even be more sluggish in paying debts. The second management group is the group of businessmen or CEOs with management capacity using political art. Then they will carefully find out why the partner is paying the debt slowly, then they analyze the potential that the partner is benefiting them, so that they can come up with a plan to charge additional interest on the loans from the amount that the partner has not paid, with the aim of reducing the debt collection pressure for the partner and creating conditions for the partner to overcome difficulties. Or even choose to convert the debt into an investment in the partner, if the partner still has the potential to continue cooperation, etc. Through the example of the 5 problems above, you should try to apply the 2 words, politics, to your business administration work once, without having to take any related courses. Because the more you study, the deeper you sink into failure and long-term stagnation. All problems, jobs in the area that require creativity, there is no teacher capable enough to help you better. Because the only teacher who can help you is you. Even those in the consulting group like me, I have the ability to help you solve any problem in depth, and bring you immediate results on the problem you bring up. But that is only a short-term solution, and cannot be applied in the long term, because every problem always changes at each time and is not the same. In short, when you always carry the 2 words, politics, with you, it will remind you to think of the 2 words, art. From there, it will force you to always be more profound in finding all solutions, which can help you become an excellent administrator. I know that sometimes you do things that you do not like, but in order for your career to develop, you are forced to do it. The art of politics always does not allow you to do things arbitrarily according to your feelings or personal preferences. Politics is the answer to explain the story, why, many politicians in the world, they understand that the decisions will have many people protesting, and even they themselves do not like to do it. But they still close their eyes and are determined to do it. The reason that forces them to do it is for the common development of the country in the future. In the early stages when you apply politics, you may feel a little uncertain in your thinking or contrary to the knowledge you have learned. When you realize there is a contradiction, that is the meaning of the saying, if you do what others are doing, you will forever be the garbage collector. Therefore, as long as you persist in applying politics thoroughly, through a few issues in the process of managing your business, you will escape the initial grip. If you need support to answer any questions about political art, do not hesitate to contact me. I am ready to support you completely free of charge, for both your life and career problems. Please contact me according to the information disclosed in the video description. Please subscribe to the channel and always follow my videos, to help you have interesting experiences from the black gold mining profession, and at the same time bring yourself useful knowledge sources for your life and career. Sincerely thank you for all the support from the YouTube community.
Làm rồi còn bù lại được không? Đi làm rồi cũng bù lại được không? Đừng làm một tiếng trong nhà đừng làm được. Đây của những người tôi mới vậy đánh một còn vậy một ít đó. Chả đủ mà cứ lên như vậy. Được. Vị cũng cũng quá rồi. Còn thích nữa.
Chiều mưa đi ra cảng ở đây á. Được cái bông mất sẵn đó.
Đã thả gạch đến trên lập hết.
Hả?
Rồi nó đã thảm được sơ thả lập thế mà lập hết. cái này cái được cái cắt này đến đó đi nó làm cái món ăn này cái này vừa là mỗi cái con hành tộc này không còn hành nhỏ
người mua nó họ lại
ồ cũng đồng được có lắm
dữ nữa hả
lập cho đá phải đoàn đến mà thằng đoàn đến vô là một con người kia đã thẩm được cái tối của
con phụ tặng luôn tặng con luôn đấy
cái đó
mừng bay cả luôn mãi cả lô quỷ phải được chị rửa mắt xong rồi đi mày có hỏi à cà rô đây luôn thấy là mừng bay á có thức ăn á rồi rửa thả lợp với lại cả vô thả hút trong ăn để cho không có mua gần cỡ ngám hẳn một mua thẳng ít bột về hút trong béo To rồi, cả mấy thì to với thằng ốm quá bằng dai nữa chứ không thôi mà buộc béo mập tròn á, con 4-5 lạng hết đó. Nhớ thức ăn 3 ngày. Có nấu bánh canh, có trứng su, có khó. Cái một một đựng nhà nhà trong nè, cái một người cho bạn được không ạ? Bạn hón hơn cà rốt vàng.
Đây, đổ đi.